Ray, what'd you start playing in Pittsburgh when you were a kid? You were in jazz?
Yeah, when did I start playing in Pittsburgh? To be honest with you, the reason I'm like primarily, I blame my allergies on being a professional drummer. I mean that. There's no one in my family in music. It's really weird. No one in my family's into music. But like on the farm, you know, I don't know how many of you farmers. Anybody? Nobody. Okay, you know what it's like, right? Like there is no like night, day. You work. There's work. Like I was baling hay before school. I got up and baled a wagon full of hay, took a shower, and then went to school. You know, I already had 2 hours in before people were yawning, eating their Cheerios. I'm like, what are you talking about? I haven't done the lifting bales of hay. You know? So, but my allergies were so bad. They got so bad that my eyes would swell up like this. My mom would go, just go to your room. I'm like, okay, well my drums were in my room. So they're out there for hours. I'm out there going. Doing that for hours and hours and hours. I don't know how my mom and dad put up with it, to be honest with you. Because my bedroom was above their bedroom. That was horrible. I got tapes of me when I was like 9 playing the Zeppelin physical graffiti. Whoa. But anyway, you know, that's all I did was play the records. I never had lessons. I would just play and play and play to Kiss, to Zeppelin, to Rush, to AC/DC, to Foreigner, you name it. All those, you know, at that time we had records, you know, so I just played. I always knew, I never knew what I was doing, but I always knew that like Tom Sawyer was a lot harder to play than Back in Black. I was like, ow, like, why is it in Back in Black? Oh, I can do that, right? But it was like, I was, you know, because you don't know, you're a kid. I had no idea. You know, I'm trying to play In My Time of Dying, my favorite Zeppelin song of all time, right? I didn't know what I was doing, but I was just trying to make stuff up, you know. And so, and I started playing left-hand lead. I saw the guy from the Beach Boys on TV. He doing. So you notice I play a lot of open hand stuff. Yeah, I'm much more comfortable going. But if there's a lot of ghosting notes, I can ghost better with my left, you know. So, I used to be a real geek and have like ride and hi-hats on both sides, mirror thing, the whole mirror image thing. But I was like, oh my god, that's pretty stupid. So, but anyway, that's all I did is self-taught till records. When I went to school, I started getting into jazz band in high school, symphonic. I really got into marching corps, you know. To all the other kids, it was an activity. To me, you hated marching? I loved it, man. We had this like drill sergeant right out of the army.
Well, we weren't any good, to put it that way.
Well, neither was I. But like, you know, he would like, this drill sergeant would be like, okay, you guys will get here an hour before the band, you'll leave an hour after the band. I'm like, no, we won't. But we hated him at the time, but then we had these, you know, Louisville Sluggers, DC-10 baseball bats for marching band. And I'd get home with my 5 Bs and I'd be like, whoa, that was pretty cool. Like, I didn't know what I was doing, but I knew I was fast and my chops were going, right? So I look back now, I'm like, man, that guy was a tyrant, but I loved him because he improved my chops. My timing still sucked. You know, I didn't use a metronome at that time. But, you know, that's another thing. Is there any drummers here who do not own a click track? Does everybody have a metronome? Who does not? You don't have to put, no, you don't? Go get one. They sell them at House of Guitars. Buy one here before you leave town. That's how important it is. Now, it's true, like, as drummers, we're timekeepers, so it took me a long time to develop internal, you know, it's great to play the records and everything, but this day and age, you know, I was talking to Dustin on our way over, like, about, like, doing, you know, what today's music's all about, and a lot of it's, like, there's a lot of, like, stuff you have to play into machines now. We're playing into Pro Tools. It's a different day and age. And I kind of hate it, to be honest with you, because I like the old school. You know, the Army of Anyone record, there was no click. The Luzier brothers wanted to go back to the old school rock, which was awesome. But I miss it because now you're playing into the machine, and you never know. Sometimes I'll do a session, I'll get a record back and go, man, that's pretty perfect. That's a little too perfect. I didn't play that good. You know, they suck the feel out of it because they're locking everything up. You know, I might pick something. I might get it back and go, that's pretty stiff. I remember that. That's not human. And then I look at the grid and it's all locked up. And I'm like, oh, Ray, we had to lock it up because there's sequences and then you just sucked the life out of me, sucked the soul out of me.